Welcome to A Radiantly Healthy Life, the podcast where we explore natural health and wellness just for women. Here, we'll dive into a mix of mindfulness, homeopathy, herbal remedies, functional medicine, and those tried and true traditional methods. I'm Amy Whitbeck, your host and fellow traveler on this journey toward better health. As a natural health coach, I'm excited to share insights and tips I've learned not only through personal experience, but also from the amazing women I coach. So grab your favorite cup of tea or cozy drink, and let's chat as we walk this path to radiant health and happiness. Hi, welcome. I'm so glad you're here this week. We're going to be talking about a topic that I'm really excited about, because it's been so helpful with energy, hormone balance, and so many other things. And not just for me, but many other women as well. And I can't wait to share it with you. Okay, so let's jump right in. Today, we're going to be talking about stinging nettle infusions. We're going to go over the benefits, an easy recipe, and helpful tips. So just in case you don't know, stinging nettle infusions are incredibly nourishing tonics that can help support overall health and wellness. Many use this tonic for relief from adrenal fatigue symptoms, anemia, allergies, liver health, hormone balance, and so much more. Nettle infusions are quite inexpensive, easy to make at home, and absolutely packed with vitamins and minerals. If you're ready to learn more about how a nettle infusion could help you, just keep listening because we're on our way. Okay, so why a nettle infusion? Well, it's well known that we're living in a time when we've strayed from traditional nourishing diet. We have depleted soils, and as a result, we have a weaker population with rampant health problems. This means that to offset or reverse these issues, we need to incorporate as much whole food as possible and get all of the nutrition that we can. And this is where herbal infusions really shine. Nettle infusions can be an absolute game changer for those that are depleted and need to replenish nutrients. While isolated vitamins and supplements are created or processed in laboratories and can actually create imbalances over time, herbal infusions are the ultimate food-based supplement. The vitamins and minerals in herbal infusions are actually absorbed and used by the body and have a naturally occurring balance between the nutrients that they contain. So you may be asking, why are stinging nettle infusions so great? Well, it's because they're full of calcium, magnesium, vitamins A, B, C, D, and K, iron, trace minerals, potassium, iodine, boron, manganese, zinc, copper, and sulfur. Whew, that's a lot of nutrition. So are you wondering what people use nettles for, or nettle infusions? Well, a whole lot of things, but here are a few examples. Arthritis, joint and muscle pain, allergies, urinary tract infections, hormone imbalance, enlarged prostate, lupus, blood pressure regulation, gout, anemia, eczema, kidney and bladder stones, inflammation, heavy menstrual bleeding, congestion, and there's just so many more conditions that people have found relief from by using nettle infusions. So you may hear some people use the term infusion and tea interchangeably, but there's actually a difference. So let me explain. While you definitely use herbs for both a tea and an infusion, the difference between the two is in the amount of herbs used and how long they steep. When making tea, you generally use a small amount of herbs and steep for about 5 to 10 minutes before drinking. When making an infusion, you use around 1/4 cup or more of the herb and much more water. This will also steep for anywhere from 4 hours to overnight. The larger amount of herbs and longer steep time means that an infusion will have a stronger flavor and contain much more nutrients than tea. So if you're thinking of trying it, here's a little recipe. This recipe is so easy, you're not even going to believe it. All you need to do is steep 1 cup or about 1 ounce of dried nettles in 1 quart of hot water for at least 4 hours. If you can leave it overnight, that's even better. After steeping for the desired amount of time, strain the herbs and store the liquid in the fridge. And when I say steep, I mean put your water in, put your herbs in, and then put some kind of a lid or a cover on top of it. That's really all that you do. So the general recommendation is to drink 2 to 4 cups a day for 6 weeks or longer if desired. Also, keep in mind that a nettle infusion will stay good in the fridge for about 2 to 3 days. But if you don't drink it within that time, don't throw it away. Nettle infusion makes great hair rinses. But I do need to say this. If you're super sensitive or you need to go slow with new foods or supplements, start with a 1/4 cup of dried nettle in a quart of water. And after steeping and straining, start drinking a 1/4 cup of the infusion once or twice a day and increase from there if you feel like that's appropriate for you. But really, don't feel bad even starting lower than that. I started with literally a tablespoon once a day. And then I upped it to 2 tablespoons twice a day. And I went very slow like that. So if you have to start with just a tiny amount, that's perfectly fine too. So here are some frequently asked questions about nettle infusions. If you have a few lingering questions about nettle infusions, I will try to answer it here. And if I don't get to the question, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message. I'd be glad to try and answer it if I can. Okay, so the first question, where do you buy dried nettle for infusions? There are many places that you can find dried nettle. If you forage and you know what to look for, you may be able to find the fresh herb and dry it yourself, but be so careful. You don't want to touch that with your bare hands. It's called stinging nettle and it will sting. But if this isn't what you're looking for, you can always check a health food store or a bulk section of a store, or you can order it online. The second question that a lot of people ask, are there any side effects? And while stinging nettle is typically considered safe, there are some considerations to keep in mind. First, always talk to your healthcare provider if you're on medication, have a health issue, or are pregnant or nursing. In addition, it's been reported that some people have experienced mild stomach upset or loose stool after using nettles. And with any substance, there's always the possibility of allergic reaction ranging from hives to something more serious. For most people, though, stinging nettle is not a problem and can be an amazing addition to their natural health program. The third question I get, is there any way to make it taste better? Not liking the, shall we say, earthy taste of your nettle infusion? No problem. There are many things you can add that can help with the flavor. A few ideas include mint, raw honey, cranberry juice, lemon or lime, warm milk, and you can add a natural sweetener to that if you'd like, a brewed fruit tea or molasses. And be sure to try both a warm and a cold version. You might find that you like your nettle infusion better one way than the other. I personally liked it cold better, but that's definitely just a personal preference. The fourth question is there anything you can do with the nettle infusion if it's too old to drink? Yes, I mentioned a hair rinse before. If you don't drink it in the 2 or 3 days that is suggested, you can definitely use it as a hair rinse. It turns out stinging nettle infusions are great for healthy hair too. And you can mix it with other herbs for scalp conditions or hair loss. And I'll put a link to a website that has a few easy and really interesting hair rinse recipes if you're interested. Not into using a stinging nettle infusion for your hair? How about using it in your garden? I didn't know this, but apparently you can use it for fertilizer and a parasite repellent. What a great way to make sure nothing goes to waste. So here are a few final thoughts on stinging nettle infusions. If you're looking for a highly absorbable, easy to use herbal infusion that is high in vitamins and minerals and good for a long list of health issues, be sure to give stinging nettle infusions a try. Many people begin to feel positive effects like less fatigue, more energy, and overall feeling of better health quickly, some within a few days to a week. Just be sure to check with your healthcare provider if you have specific health issues or if you're taking medications. And if you make a nettle infusion and don't get to drink it all, no worries. Your hair or your garden can benefit from it too. In my opinion, because of the wide variety of health benefits and the overall versatility of stinging nettles, this is one herb you definitely want to include in your natural medicine cabinet. Have you tried a nettle infusion? If so, let me know what you think, how you used it, and if you have any favorite recipes. Well, that's all for today. I hope I've given you a little more information about stinging nettle infusions and how it could benefit you. If you'd like more information, feel free to look in this episode's description or show note, or you can hop on over to my blog. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening today. Are you interested in diving deeper? Head over to aradiantlyhealthylife.com and be sure to sign up for my email list so you can stay up to date on what's new and gain access to exclusive tips, insights, and resources available only to my community. While you're there, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this episode, consider sharing it with a friend. Every share helps us reach more people and spread the message of health and wellness. I'll be back next week, but in the meantime, Remember, small steps really do make a big difference. See you next time.